This is the most common mistake made by sharpeners. The most common. Happy New Year, y'all, from beautiful Georgia. We're getting up to 70 degrees tomorrow. Can you believe it? Here in the middle of January. Oh, beginning of January. I have a new ISSA certification that came in from up north where it's cold and snowing. And we're going to see what it looks like. I have a lot of these ISSA certification videos. If you like these and you want me to continue to do them and post them, please put like down there. They don't get boring. They really don't. You would think I'm doing so many of these and they would be like looking at the same things over and over. And I would be bored and you would be bored. But everyone is different and we learn something from them. Today, I don't know what we'll learn. We'll see. Let's see how the Yankees can sharpen compared to the Southerners. The ISSA is the International Scissor Sharpeners Association. What does the certification with them mean? Not a whole lot. It means that you can convex a convex, you can bevel a bevel, and that they cut reasonably well. And so it's basic sharpening. If you need some basic sharpening skills and classes, we do that, either in person or now a lot of them digital, and that, you know, that works out well anywhere in the world. So just check my website and let's see what's inside this thing. Okay, as I usually do, I take it straight out of here. I don't do anything special to them. I don't tighten any screws. I look and see how they cut right out of the package. He sent me a check for me to return the shears. It's optional whether you want to pay to have them returned. And I see he's wrapped them well, which is always good. Good sign. And I am cutting single ply toilet tissue. And if you haven't seen my other videos explaining why I use this, this is the most consistent. Now I'm going to cut with hair, but this tissue, because the weave in it is going to be consistent all the way down. I can catch anything. This doesn't tell me how sharp they are. It tells me if all the burrs are gone and all the nicks are gone. So if it doesn't cut this, it's not likely to do a good job on hair. Oh, that's right. I'm just supposed to cut, not look at it at this point. All right, thumb out, dry tissue, least pressure possible, and slow. That cuts. Let's see how it does wet. Do it this way. Same thing. Least pressure possible. Slow. And that's raggedy. Put it against the dark so you can see. That's a little raggedy. Let's do it again. Yeah, that's not cutting wet. Let's see how it does hair. So if you were going around somebody's neck or bangs, it's cutting pretty crisply. See that? So it's cutting hair well. It's just not cutting wet tissue. And for a bevel edge, I would pass them unless there's some other major problems that we see as we get into it, but I would pass it if it cuts dry but not wet, because that's just the nature of a beveled edge. Let's see how the convex edge does. Let's move this back over here. And this is a Taiwan-made little From, lightweight blade, really no hollow grind. One side is serrated, he's left it serrated. We'll come back and take a look at this in a minute. Okay, and this is our little shimmer shear. We sell these. These are, you know, great practice shears because they're well made. And you have to have a decent pair of shears to practice on. So I can already tell this is going to be loose, but let's see. Look at that. Doesn't cut at all. Can you see that? I haven't done anything to that. That one's super loose. It's not even trying wet. Because if it doesn't cut dry, there's no need even trying hair. Look. See that? There's no trick to this. You saw me take it out. It flips hair. I don't mind cutting my own hair with this one, because look, it's not going to cut. It flips hair. Yeah. Never a dull moment on these. Well, maybe a lot of dull moments. So for the heck of it, that's as strong as my language gets, y'all. And I feel funny saying the word heck. My children, when they were little, I mean, they would get in trouble for saying heck. And what was the word you said that your grandmother hit you over the head with a broomstick?
Darn.
Darn, yeah. Gene tells a story about when he said darn. And yeah, he said he was thinking a different word, and if he had said he didn't know, oh, excuse me, I won't say that word, we'll bleep it out, but he said he didn't know what his grandmother would do to him, but she hit him over the head with a broomstick. Okay, I'm going to tighten this. This is not the way he did it, but I'm going to tighten it. And I did it about 8 clicks. Why would anyone who's watched my videos not tighten the screw? And then once you think you've got it tight, you wiggle it. He did oil it. I see oil in there. Maybe he tightened it and then he oiled it and didn't check it again. Now see, with it tight, it cuts dry. Let's see if it cuts wet. So close. So close. See? Cuts wet. Now, I can't pass him, even though it cuts, because if he gave it back to the stylist that loose, they would have thought he did a bad job of sharpening, and they wouldn't have known to tighten the screw. This is the most common mistake made by sharpeners. The most common. And I don't know how to get this across to everybody. Well, let's see what we've got going here, and I'll fill out the little form on these 2 shears. But this one didn't pass. I'm going to send it back loose, and he's just going to have to tighten it and send it again. That's all there is to it. Got my eyes examined, and I really didn't need anything more for close-up. So I have pretty good eyes on here. Nothing special about the inside blade. Looks alright. What I'm looking for in the inside blade is if he tried to take it apart and work the ride line and he got a strip tip and all that. The less you do on the inside, the better. The outside blade. Now this one, I saw some things going on here. So, let's pull this up. Yeah, that, you see this? Let me pull it down. You see how that edge changed? Look at there. Look at there. See that? So I'm going to let him do this one as well since I'm sending that one back. So that's the story on this shear. I'll put it back in the case so we can send it back to him. Going back up into the north regions. Okay, now this one, once we tightened it, it cut wet and dry, but I'm just going to say too loose, did not cut. So how does it feel? Feels great. Nice and smooth. So yes, it feels really good. Yeah, sometimes people do them loose when they don't feel good and to make them feel nicer. And, I mean, that wasn't what the problem was on this one. Yeah, the ride line could definitely look better. I'm going to let you look at this too. So what we're looking at on this blade is right here and right there, where it's almost non-existent. And also I want to look at the back here, which I shouldn't see any ride at all there. I'm not seeing it here, but I'm seeing it back there. It looks like he's putting the pressure in the wrong place. This person would probably do really well taking that ride line class that we've got. See, it looks better here. Well, actually, that rod line looks like two different angles now that I'm looking at it here. That's not pretty rod line there. And this is not what I would call a convex. This is a beveled. Convex, you should have a clean clamshell shape to the blade. This is a bevel. So, to explain, when these come to you, these have like a semi-convex edge on them, and I want them convexed. So this one definitely has a bevel. He's worked the blade, but he hasn't taken that bevel out. He's got a convex shape, but it's a little bit of extra work to get that whole bevel out. So conclusion, these are going back. I'll have in the playlist later on when I redo these and he sends them back to me, because he's really, really close. So next time I'm sure he'll pass. But this is also a learning experience for him and for me and for you too. So if you like these type of videos, make sure you put like in there, and you know, all the other things. Subscribe and check us out on our Facebook group, and which is Sharpeners Jam group, and also on our website, Bonika.com.